Feels like almost weekly I get sent footage of weird and strange stuff I've never seen before in any setting, let alone Mythic Plus setting. Stuff that's like scratch my head level, like how the hell is this happening? Why is this happening? How does this continue to happen? So I figured the funniest way to approach it moving forward is to actually show you guys the footage, and then I'm gonna obscure the actual key level, and I'm gonna have you guys vote on what key level and what situation might be causing what we're showing here. Like, think about it like, is this player new? What is actually going on in this guy's head? Leave a little comment about why you think this specific thing happens, and then vote what key level you think this might be going, and then I'm going to reveal it all. Okay, so let's take a look at the footage. This is again another really weird situation that I just can't imagine seeing this in my own key. All right, we are in Everbloom, coming up to like a little bit of a weird pack here. I think a lot of people are skipping this. This guy's choosing not to skip this. Why is that? Maybe because of the key level. You guys can think about that. But yeah, we're going to pull 4 mobs here. This is like a very low danger pull, I feel like, no matter what the affixes are. And then that abomination that has a skull marked on it is just going to go off on its own. It's going to go run over here. The reason that I'm showing you this is because of what actually happens as it's going off. So we have the evoker with like full threat. This is a devastation evoker. We have the Ret Pally like straight up following it. Like, he looks back. He's like, should I stay back there with the group, or should I come all the way up here? So they are like straight up split pulling. I have not seen this since Classic, honestly. The last time I remember actually seeing this in any kind of content that was like somewhat difficult was in Upper Blackrock Spire. You used to have hunters split pull some of the trash. I don't even remember why, but I have memories of when I was very young, people doing it. Guys are gonna like start dying to. I'm not even really sure how this guy is dying, but the evoker still has full threat on this mob somehow, which is really surprising. You would think like the paladin would have pulled threat while the guy's running, but you know, devastation is actually very like kite centric. Like, they straight up can kite. Randomly it just like switches threat though, or you can see it running down on the bottom left. It is going to run right into that berserker. It's going to stop and cast the noxious eruption, and then it is going to aggro the berserker. Now in the chat, the priest says it's crazy. The paladin had said, tank mate, are you okay? Like, I mean, I don't know what they were doing the whole time. This is now the only thing that's still left on the pack. It's this A-bomb that the guy kited all around the dungeon. Where is that guy? That's another question I have. He's not on the mini-map. You probably can see the mini-map. Not there anymore. He's not in range of anybody. But yeah, they're going to go ahead and now finish off this pack of 1 mob. I guess, yeah, they've determined that he has now left. The priest says, KK, I stop. Seemingly over that. I'm not going to tell you what key level it is right now, but there is only 3 deaths in the whole dungeon. I look at the timer and think like, this is perfectly fine. So you can actually see it unfold here. As this guy is kiting, he is going to stop, and I guess he's probably going to die here, I guess. Yeah, so he dies. That's why the mob switches targets. And then you can see the mini map up here. He is just recovered from the death and likely casting his Hearthstone ability. He's just standing at the entrance. As it runs back, again, it pulls that berserker. It stops and casts and then pulls that berserker. And you're going to see this guy, the dot, is going to disappear, and that's going to be the key. Yeah, there you go. Disappears, and he's now gone from the dungeon. He hearts. Do you hearth over that? Like, what do you guys, like, have you seen? I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm completely at a loss for words here. I've never seen a DPS, especially a ranged DPS, pull threat and then do that. Like, I don't even really know who to blame here. The guy took the mob so far away. I think it would have been more interesting to see what the tank was actually doing for all that time. Yeah, you can actually see, like, as it's coming back, they're literally just standing still. Like, the guy is just standing here. I guess maybe some things were getting said in say, like, okay, I really have no idea. I don't know if anybody's ever seen something like this before, but like, especially considering the mob is marked with skull. Is it because of an auto marker? Did the tank mark it? I have no idea. This is a truly baffling situation to me. I can't even imagine seeing something like this unfold. So now comes the fun part. You guys tell me, what do you think is happening here? Do you think like it's a new player? Like, do you think it's this guy's first key as a tank? Do you think the devastation evoker did it on purpose? Do you think it's absurd behavior that like 3 people are gonna leave over somebody pulling threat on a mob? Like, I can't see any of this. None of this makes any sense to me whatsoever. And then leave that comment now and go ahead and vote on what key level you think this is, what situation you think this is, and I'm going to reveal it right now. As you will see on the screen now, this is a 21 fortified afflicted raging Everbloom, where a DPS who honestly I don't even really see him like doing a lot of damage to this thing. The way it was described to me was like it looks like the tank does not intend to pull this. That's the only thing I could think is like he is mad that this gets pulled. But I'm telling you, if like this is actually what happens, you're crazy because like you're standing right next to it, right? Like he literally stands right next to it. There's no way that's not aggroing, but it's like it doesn't automatically get marked with the skull. It takes a few seconds for that to happen. Then like it just seems maybe he just never has threat. Like the evoker is in melee range for some reason, and then it just starts running after him, and then the tank just like never even responds. Like you could see like he just never moves from his position once. I don't even have any additional commentary to this. Like I cannot offer any type of explanation for this. This is absurd from start to finish. The tank does something like really weird here, and then the DPS make it even weirder. And the fact that people are gonna leave over this when there's literally 3 deaths. At this point, there's even only 1 death. Like there hasn't even been any type of mistake happened at this point in the key. I just don't even know, man. The game is being played at such a weird level now, and I really don't know. Like, is this guy new? Is this the Blizzard situation where we've been talking about like this guy's not learning about threat? Like, does he straight up not see that mob run away from him? Is it an ego thing? I just have no idea. But the fact that like they actually like drag the mob all the way back and then just end up aggroing even more trash is just so bizarrely funny to me. Thanks for watching. If you guys are out there running Mythic Plus pugs right now, please do hit that record button, send them in. We have a great treasure trove of ones still to get through for the coming weeks. Also, if you're planning on doing low keys at the start of the season, I have to implore you to please press that record button then as well. I really think like this mentality, a lot of the funny stuff we're seeing right now is going to bleed into that low key range. Everybody's going to get funneled into the probably 2 to 5, maybe 7 range. It is going to be a wild mess, especially those opening weeks. So I honestly can see it being like so value if you guys are out there doing those key levels, especially on lower characters. You are going to experience some wild times. I'm looking forward to season 4 a lot. Season 3 still got some meat on its bone, so we'll continue to be making videos on that. So stay tuned, a lot more to come. Otherwise, we'll be back next week with streams. Thank you for watching. We will see you guys in the next one.